Hello, friends! We have had some awesome questions and comments from you. Our first question is from Jace in lovely Colorado.
Where did your music box come from?
That's such a good question, Jace. And that sounds like the perfect question for Mr. Kirk. Who is Mr. Kirk? Well, he is our theater's resident craftsman and music box maker. He made my music box, and he is the smartest person I know, besides Maestro. Because he is so smart, I now present to you Mr. Kirk's Question Corner. Take it away, Mr. Kirk.
Thank you, Miss Prima Ballerina. As Prima mentioned, I'm the local theater craftsman. In fact, I'm on the computer in my workshop right now. I craft all kinds of things around the theater, like all of the props and the set pieces you might see backstage during the show. I know every inch of this theater, and Prima loves to ask me questions every day. So, I'm really excited to hear all of your questions too. So, back to your question, Jace. I did indeed make Miss Prima Ballerina's music box. When I was a little boy, like you, I was playing with my mom's favorite music box, and I accidentally broke it. I got really upset, and I was crying, and my mom came up to me and said, "Oh, sweetheart, nothing's truly broken as long as you have the tools to fix it." And then, I always remember this, she pointed to my heart. That is the moment I decided to become a craftsman, so I could build things that make people happy. And I built this music box in honor of my mother, and I keep it backstage on my workbench so I can see it every day. Maestro always loved that music box too, and one day she asked if she could take it out onto the stage with her. Well, we all know what happened next. Maestro's magical music box, my most prized creation. Thank you, Jace. That was a really great question. And it looks like we have another one from Madeline in Buffalo, New York.
And how did you end up in the music box so tiny?
Fantastic question, Madeline. Well, when I made Prima Ballerina, she was only this big because she had to fit into a music box. But through Maestro's magic, she grew to be this big. Which makes me wonder, can Maestro's magic make Prima Ballerina even bigger? Like this big? Or that big? Bigger than me? Or even smaller than a little ant? I guess with Maestro's magic, anything is possible. Thank you, Madeline. Another really great question. I think we have time for one more question from Morgan. Hi, Morgan. What's your question?
My favorite song is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. What's yours?
Oh, what a great question, Morgan. And Somewhere Over the Rainbow is one of my favorite songs too. My absolute favorite song, though, is If I Had a Hammer, because it's about all of the things that I love, building and making people happy. Maybe you haven't heard of it, so I'm just gonna sing a little bit of it right now for you. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, oh, I just love this song. Thank you so much for your question, Morgan. It was great. And thank you so much again to Madeline and Jace, too. If any of you out there have a question, make sure you go to our question corner at www.maestrosmagicalmusicbox.com, and maybe I'll answer your question on our next Mr. Kirk's Question Corner. I'll see all of you next week for our very first crafting lesson together. And thank you so much for joining us today. Bye, Miss Prima Ballerina. This is Mr. Kirk, signing off.
We had some fun. Now that we're done, we'll share our dreams with everyone. It's Maestro's magical music box
With Mr. Kirk! Next week on Maestro's Magical Music Box, let's craft together in our very first how-to video with Mr. Kirk. It's time to get our craft on. See you on Tuesday.